Hello and welcome back to another episode, y'all. I am your host, Ty Nelson. I'm joined today by Ali Guidotti. She is the bounce.
I am, yeah.
She's the bounce, a part of the Happenings cast, also the current captain of the lovely Happenings cast. She is here on the Valiant Lady. She's very fun. She's a woman in STEM. She's a business lady. She means business. I think she's a pretty thoughtful person, and we're very happy to have her a part of this. Welcome, Allie.
Hey, thanks, Ty.
Who are you? You tell them who you are.
I'm Allie. I'm 26. I'm from Michigan. Started as a dancer my whole life, as like a little baby up until college, and then post-college, post-pandemic, went through like everybody's midlife crisis, and then came out of that somehow working here as an artist, and then from the artist back to being a host and a dancer, and here we are.
Yeah. It's funny because I just realized we had Shelby the artist, Sarah who was an artist and now is an Untitled, and now you was an artist into a captain role.
Yeah.
So those of you who are watching the whole thing, you're seeing that there's possibilities within Virgin Voyages. This is now an ad for Virgin Voyages.
Growth.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about your growth, your background, if you will. So you talked about going to college. What is your background as far as like maybe collegiate or where you learned dance, where you learned art, and how you got into the arts in general?
Yeah, I started dancing very young. I think it's a very Midwest thing that like my parents put me in everything and to see what stuck. So I was in like soccer and ice skating and baseball and also dance.
Wow. Do you still have those skills today?
I didn't have them when I was in there. Yeah, no. The only one that stuck was dance.
Work.
Hardly. And then I danced forever. I just loved it. Ended up switching studios a few times growing up, and that had its own challenges and things like that. Yeah. That's how I found out I was basically blind and I needed glasses.
Oh, wow. What a duality from Sarah, who just bragged on being so good with her vision. And that's why she's good at drawing, because she can see things. Look at that. The other artist who's blind.
Required. It's not required. It's not a requirement. I will say, if you have a child that's in sports and they consistently keep getting like hit in the face, check to see if
get them out.
They need some optometry. Okay. For sure.
That's the first piece of advice from Allie right there. Thank you.
Check your kid's vision swiftly. And then I danced through high school. I knew I wanted to dance in college and high school. I couldn't give it up. And like, I didn't see myself doing much else other than dancing. I like a lot of different things. I have a lot of different passions, and I ended up doing 2 degrees in college because of it, but I couldn't give it up.
Yeah.
And so I went to University of Michigan. I got in through their dance program, and then from there got into their kinesiology program.
What is kinesiology?
Kinesiology is the study of movement. See?
There we go.
It connects.
Okay. And you graduated with that? Like a bachelor's in kinesiology?
Yes, I have a bachelor's of fine arts in dance and a bachelor's of science in kinesiology.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you really know how to move.
I mean, in theory, I should.
On paper.
For sure. On paper.
And on the video, which we did today, you clearly know how to move. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as like art goes?
I've just really always been a crafty kid. Like I make a joke a lot of times that like I was obviously not the cool kid because like I like grandma crafts and have since I was a child. Like wasn't the friend that was like, let's go do cootie catchers and like see which boys like us.
What the hell is a cootie catcher?
Ty, no, you don't know what a cootie catcher is?
No, never heard of that until this moment of my life.
Oh my God.
29 years alive, never heard that
You don't know what a cootie catcher, really?
No. This sounds like some made up shit that the Boy Scouts would do.
No, you like fold a paper and then it's like
You mean a fortune teller?
It's a cootie catcher. And it has numbers and colors and...
Yeah, that was a fortune teller
and
for
yes
us.
or no. Oh.
Yeah, same thing. Cootie catcher, though.
Maybe that's a Midwest thing.
No, we're learning new things. Cootie catcher.
Oh.
Shout out to the inventor of the cootie catcher, friend of the podcast. Appreciate you, David. Probably their name. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was, Instead of doing that, I was like, ooh, paper folding, origami.
kind of similar.
Yeah, but not for people like, this is boring. This isn't the fun part.
They were like, so do I open the thing's mouth to see if John loves me? Where's the rest of the cootie catcher?
And I'm like,
on
no,
here?
it's a bird. And people are like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always liked little crafts and things. That's what I got for Christmas and birthdays and
You
stuff.
like knitting too, right? Am I tripping?
Yes,
Yeah.
I crochet and I knit and I needlepoint and I quilt. Yeah. And I paint and draw and make friendship bracelets and stuff like that.
All those things and more. Ali Guidotti.
Yeah.
Yes.
ADHD
How do you say your own last name?
Well, it's controversial within the family.
Uh-oh.
So there's like the Midwest bastardization of it, which is Guidotti.
Guidotti. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the way I'm pronouncing it for sure.
And then there's the like in the family, if you want to do it Italian, it's Giudotti, but like we're not Italian. We took the last name and like nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah.
No traditions. No family traditions.
No, like
That no sounded so painful.
no, I don't think so. So my dad's from the Netherlands, and like
fun.
We're
Okay.
very like Dutch, and so like a lot of our Christmas and holiday traditions and birthday traditions all lean more Dutch than anything else.
Okay.
But I don't think so, other than like we're loud and we like to gossip. But I don't know if that's particularly Italian.
She said that about her own family, so we're gonna move on. Love that. All right, kind of a get to know you more, even though we're clearly getting to know you right now. What emotions do you hope to invoke with your art, whether it be in your dance or whether it be in what you paint or create or even in your knitting? Like, is your primary emotion you want to get joy out of people? Do you want to invoke maybe release or relief for people? Like, what is it that you try to invoke with your art?
I think that like art in general is never supposed to be comforting by any means. Like,
interesting. Okay.
to look at a piece of art and to be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to feel is not necessarily the point. I think it's different to like everybody. And so it's not that I want a specific emotion to come out across dance to dance or like painting or drawing to drawing, but that you have to have that thought into feeling what it is that you're feeling, and you're supposed to experience that like slight discomfort of like, I'm having these emotions.
Yeah.
But what are they? And like investigating like, why do I feel grief when I look at this? Why do I feel release or understanding when I watch this kind of thing?
Okay.
Unless we're doing a painting in Boozy Bevies, and then that's just for giggles.
Right. Sunset, get drunk, tell me your social security number. It's a good time.
Huh.
Great answer. Wow. Look at that. Let's move into a little bit of kind of what inspires you. So where have you really found inspiration, whether it is in your art or in your dance? And that could be from, the things that you watched to gain inspiration, like other artists, or whether it's like, Sarah actually brought up a good point of like, she likes looking into nature as far as her art goes. So what are the things that inspire you to create?
I think it's always been like a release for me. I'm very like intuitive, but like also interpersonal kind of person. So I experience a lot of things up here and I don't necessarily always know what to do with them. Okay. So then like to get them out is usually what a lot of my art is, whether it's dance or like actual expression.
Yeah.
Physical paintings and things like that. So a lot of it comes from these like deep-seated feelings, thoughts, and worries that I'm just like, they just need to be, if I can get it out, then it's like makes more sense.
Okay. Yeah, that in that way it's a release for you. It's like you're letting that go.
Yeah, dance has always been that for me. I was like a deeply emotional child, and like also a child that like I didn't want anybody to worry about me. So I didn't express a lot of my concerns and worries and like anxieties even as a young child. And so like to go to dance class and like have the moment when they were like, let's bring the lights down, let's play a song, and like you just get to dance to it. That was a moment where I could like actually experience and like let out these emotions that I was like, why do I feel like this? And I didn't want to put it on other people.
Yeah.
And people are like, wow, that was so emotional. Great improv, Allie. And I'd be like,
Thanks so
thank you.
much. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you'd say most of your art really comes from like inward emotion coming out in a release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense of what's going on in my head for me.
Okay, work. Let's talk a little bit about like learning things that you've learned and advice. So less about the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Is there someone in your life, maybe a mentor or someone, another artist that you look up to that, one, you take inspiration from in a way, but more so what you've learned from them that you utilize in your own work, in your own life, and then advice maybe that someone has given you that has resonated with you. Mm-hmm. And this can be in life. It can be like from your family. It can be from, a quote you saw on a t-shirt, just like whatever resonates with you advice-wise that you use almost daily, that you want to share with the world. That's the most important part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of piecing it apart a little bit. Somebody that like I really look up to and motivates me, which is so cliche, but it's my mom.
Hell yeah.
It's my mom.
It's been an answer.
Yeah.
A few people love, the family really gives
we love
inspiration.
moms out there.
Absolutely.
But it's also like my...
Well, everybody, this is an update video. Certain things happen sometimes, and you just got to roll with it, and you still got to be okay. The audio is still there. The audio is so good. We did lose visual of this episode, but Allie had a great idea, and we might use it, where we're just going to put up pictures of ourselves doing, like, I don't know, I don't even know. What is it? Elf yourself?
If anybody remembers Elf Yourself, yeah. Mm-hmm. It will just be our face moving, kind of like puppets.
Yeah. So you're going to hear the rest of the episode without most of the visuals. And I mean, it's not like the visual is that crazy.
It would have been too distracting, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. We didn't really do much.
No, we're just pretty.
You heard it here first. But please continue the episode. Enjoy it. And we'll see you on the other side of it. Bye-bye.
Bye. Grandparents that, like, I never got to know them, but I've only been able to hear stories about them. And so it's, like, hearing that, like, my dad, his father was a painter. And, like, he had his... I know.
That's fun.
Yeah, it cool. runs in the family. He was a painter, and, like, he did it for himself, and, like, he sold some of them very, like, minimally, but, like, he did it because he wanted to do, and, like, that's what fueled him on top of, like, he had other jobs, but, like, he did that primarily, and that's, like, people, what they knew him for, and, like, it's something to be like, oh, I work doing this. Right. But then for somebody to, like, be like, know you as an artist. You know, it wasn't in that way of being like, I work on a cruise ship, but you know me as a dancer or an artist is different. Right. So in that way, it's like you can have a job, like when I go back home and I'm a bartender, but you don't need to know me as my job as much as my spirit.
Interesting.
So there's that from that aspect of, like, my grandparents and things like that. And, like, the essence you leave behind of what people tell you, not just what people see face value. Yeah. And then from my mom, she did everything herself. She took care of herself. She took care of her family. And she always just proceeds forward with, like, grace. And so she's always given me wisdom on how, like, when things are hard to find better moments for yourself. So, like, something she taught me when I was very young and having the worst time as, like, a 16-year-old was that, like, she said to me, Allie, sometimes you just have to buy flowers for yourself. And, like, I think about that all the time, and that's a joy that I have in my life is, like, am I feeling down? Yeah. Why am I waiting for someone else to make it better? Yeah. Just go do that.
I like that.
Do what's going to make you feel better. You want flowers? Go get your flowers. Yeah. So, like, she's always, my whole family has, but, like, pushed me to do what I wanted to do and, like, not wait for someone else to give it to me.
Dope.
Yeah. A current thing that I live by and, like, have to remind myself is also very cliche, but the grass is greener where I water it. Yeah. You know, life is better where I put my energy in, where I want it to be.
And that kind of goes along with what your mom says, if you think about it, like, doing the things that you want to do for yourself. I resonate with that. within the life coaching that I've been going through, a lot of it that I used to deal with. I don't think I've even spoken about this, but I was really big in codependency, and
Ooh.
yeah, really.
Hey,
Um,
talking to the champ.
and my sister really got me into therapy, which was lovely. But what I've learned is, and we kind of talked about this a couple of times throughout the episodes, but you do have to know who you are first, and you got to show up for yourself first.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to have something, you're going to have a void within yourself that you're going to find for other people.
Right.
And it's like, if your thing is, oh, I really want love, and you're going to go search for that love, like the flowers are the love.
Yeah.
If you don't give yourself the love, the flowers first, then no amount of other flowers from someone else or love from someone else is going to fill that void.
Yeah.
Very good.
Another thing, if I could tell you to do anything, make choices for your life. And it is a scary thing to do.
Not listen to your parents and other people and other opinions. Like do
that, but also like indecision is also a choice. Like I think I looked back on my past few years of my life and I realized that I thought not making a decision would make my life easier and I wouldn't have to confront issues and things that caused friction. And so I became like a passenger in my own life. And I got into a vehicle that took me, and for a while it seemed nice in this road trip of life, and I got to a point where I looked back and I was like, I don't know where I am, and this is not where I wanted to go. Wow. And it's because I didn't make the choices to pursue the jobs I wanted to move to the cities I wanted to go on the trips I wanted to go on, because I was afraid of making people upset. Yeah,
people pleasing.
That. Yeah. So I would say make choices, even if they're scary, even if you're not sure if they're the correct choices. You should make them anyway because that's you in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Also, making wrong choices helps you a lot of the time. Yeah. Like, a big thing, still to touch on that, like, whole life coaching thing, you gotta make mistakes in order to learn from them, because if you have a perfect life, or you have, kind of like what you're saying, you let other people dictate what you're doing, and you don't make those choices that would then lead to what you consider bad, you can't learn from it and then develop who you're gonna be. Yeah. Because, I also feel that. There was a point in my life where I was just kind of like letting things happen, and the end of this contract has been the best feeling I've had in a long time, and that's where this whole thing spawned out of, like this idea and this project.
And if you make a choice and you fail, that's okay.
Exactly.
And it's not actually a failure, it's just like a learning moment. Sammy,
we were just talking about this. It's all about facts, because things are going to happen. The fact is the thing happened. What do you do with that? Yeah. Like, you're going to have bad, quote unquote, bad things. What do you do with the bad thing? Do you overstress the bad thing? Yeah. Or do you accept it and go, okay, cool. What am I trying to learn from this? I think a big cliche that I hear, but I don't know if I brought it up in any way, is the universe will give you a cycle until you learn from it. Oh. Yeah. And that was a big thing for me in, like, relationships. Was like I was doing the same thing with different people and not recognizing it.
You're gonna send me into a spiral.
Don't do it. But no, yeah, my past few exes, like, it's just been kind of the same situation where, like, I wasn't taking accountability and I wasn't making the choice. I was being indecisive because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings, but indirectly I was then hurting those people and also making my life a lot harder than it needed to be. Yeah. And that's on therapy. Hey. That's on growth. You gotta break these cycles. That's right. Make the decision. Yeah, make the decisions, because indecision can lead to a lot more strife.
I'm gonna say it. Make not good decisions.
Sometimes you got to.
Like, not like don't do bad things per se, but like it doesn't, as like I want to say recovering, but I don't even know if I'm there yet. But a recovering people pleaser and perfectionist, like, make decisions where you're like, I don't know. Yeah. It's not going to be amazing, but, like, it could be fun. Yeah. It could be a learning opportunity. It could be a step into the next direction or where you want to go.
If I could give you something.
Please.
Healing, like you're saying, I don't know if I'm recovering. You already are. Like, to be self-aware about it. You're never really healed. And this is something that I've talked about with my sister and life coach, but really from my sister. You're never really healed. People aren't healed. There's not healed people. You are constantly healing, and it's more impressive and more important to recognize that you have to stay vigilant than it is to be like, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
I healed. That's not true, because life is going to continuously happen to you.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to cope and to become what you need to become in order to handle what life throws at you. But if you have the mentality, and this can go for anything, it can go for a project. Like, if you're like, oh, if I just do this one thing, everything will be fine. When you get done with the thing, what I typically have learned in my own life is there's another thing. And you're like, oh, that was it? You know, like even this, when this is done, it kind of goes back to the this too shall pass kind of mentality.
Yeah.
When this is done, I'm going to be like, wow, that was so much work. And if nothing comes of it, or if everything comes of it, I'll be like, well, damn, now what? You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the way life's going to be. And you just got to like, you got to embrace it. Like you're saying, you got to make those bad choices because...
Or not perfect choices. Let's say that.
Like, just don't be afraid to make the choices.
Yeah. Do the thing. Move to the city.
Yeah.
Make the thing. Apply for the job. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't.
But you're never truly healed. You have to continuously heal. Yeah. You have to be healing. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know? Think about, like, someone who is a recovering, like, addict. Like, they get the chips, and it's like, oh, yeah, I've went a month or a year without it.
Yeah.
But the thing is always there, you know? That addiction will always kind of be there in a way, and sometimes you can beat it, but you're still a healing individual. So don't feel like you aren't recovering, because you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give yourself some credit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's go. This therapy ass episode. That's what I'm talking about. So moving into away from the advice, that was great, by the way. Thank you.
Oh.
We're going to talk about the dance collaboration that we did.
Yeah.
And honestly, what I've been finding is hard is like, I don't want to discredit any of the other ones that I've done, but it seems like each one I do has its own significant thing that I appreciate a lot and like I love. And I've loved every part of the series, every guest, everybody that's been on here. Thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you. I do have to say, with this one, it was another unique opportunity where I've done a couple with like maybe Denise and Ava, where it's like a duet. This felt like a real Dancing with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance-esque dance. Like, it started, she played this song, and like I was like, okay, cool. And as we did like maybe a couple moves, I was like, there's a story.
Yeah.
There's a story of like two people that are crossing paths that want to be lovers and not really, they don't know what's going on. And it just kind of resonated with the dance, and I think it worked really well. So for me to shut up, how did you find this song? What inspired you to use it? And what would you have typically done with a song like this if it was not the same as what we've done?
I found the song a long time ago, and kind of like I told you while we were making it, it's gone through different phases of my life where I have to keep reminding myself of to slow down, or also to kind of like give myself a little bit of a reality check. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a very stubborn person.
I've heard stories, but personally, I haven't seen it myself.
Heard stories?
Yeah.
All right.
From everyone. I'm just messing with you. Real quick, what's the song? Because I just realized I didn't even...
it's In Your Own Sweet Time by Hosier and a bunch of other friends and collaborators that I can't remember right now.
Yeah. It's in the description, I think.
Yeah. It's a fabulous song. Listen to it. It's great. Yeah. I am a stubborn person.
Look at that.
And I know that to be true. When I set myself on a path or a goal, I will complete it.
Well, now that's different than being stubborn.
And
that's
detriment.
Persistence.
Well,
Sammy and I were just talking about that on a different episode, where persistence can actually be very helpful.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes it takes that determination to get what you want done.
Even to your detriment?
Well, maybe not. What's up with the detriment? What would you say you found would be, if you want to talk about it, doesn't have to be too crazy. But...
I found this song when I was in college, and at the time, I had decided to do 2 degree paths in 2 different schools that had none of the same overlapping credits or requirements. So by the time I graduated, I did almost 140 to 60 credits.
Jeez Louise. That's insane.
I was in class from like 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. every day.
Okay.
And then I was on my dance team for school as well. So I'd practice from 6 to 8 or 10. And then I had like lifts. And then also we had our own nationals and football and basketball games. And so I was.
And ice skating.
No, thank God, no.
You dropped that one for sure. Okay.
I can ice skate.
Triple Lux.
Oh, not a figure skater,
Nah.
but like I can play some pond hockey, but like that's about it.
Oh, Midwest.
Midwest, yes.
Very cool. Okay, continue. Yes.
But I had so many people in my life that were like, you are making this so hard for yourself. But at some point in my life, I had set this thing that I will be on this dance team to my detriment, truly. I will graduate in 4 years with these 2 degrees, and I will, have semesters of 21 credits where I like hardly slept or ate and like worked 3 jobs as well, and just like I will do it into a point where people are like, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm fine. I'm doing everything the way that it needs to be done. I'm getting good grades. I am succeeding. And like it never filled it. And so when I found it, the song, it was in a moment where I felt like dance didn't love me back. Dance team didn't love me back. I didn't know if what I was doing was worth it. And I was like, everything, I didn't know how to slow down either.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to take that step back. And like, it was, I can hear from my parents, like, we're worried about you and we want you to like take your time and you should be enjoying these years and like doing stuff with your friends and not killing yourself over school.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear it in the way of like, the first time I heard it as the perspective of my parents of like, I can't help you, but you need to do this in your time and you'll come around to see it. And I was starting to come around to see it just because when I was 18 years old, I decided to tell myself this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's what I need to do when I'm in it at 20 and 21.
Right.
And I can make new decisions and new paths and new changes. And I still did not. I was aware,
Nice.
but I went, no, that's not for me. I do think the pandemic, as awful as it was a blessing because it made me slow down.
Slow it down, yeah.
And I decided to go to school for an extra year so I could enjoy my last year. And by the fates far out of my hands that I was so upset about at the time, but I wasn't on the dance team my final year of college. And like that would ended up being a bigger blessing for me than if I had stayed on that team.
Okay.
Like looking back, like what a blessing that was to be forced to slow down.
Sometimes
And to evaluate what I actually wanted to do as now at that time 21, 22 versus the things I told myself I had to do at 18. Yeah. So that was the first time I heard it. And then just as life has gone on, I think it's taught me different seasons of, kind of similar to the story that we portray in the dance of like people will come into your life and then they may leave.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And it doesn't need to be, you don't need to have a death grip on the things that come into your life. You don't need to leave claw marks on things.
Oof. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As simple as a dance can be, there's a lot of emotion in this dance, and I think it resonated through both of us, through our experiences that we've been through, and I think you'll be able to find some resonation with it as well and really enjoy it.
I hope so.
The stories, though, we unintentionally ended it with like the way that sometimes things go, where it is such a strong connection, or it is what it is, and even the very last moment, it's like, well, and we have to still go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And that was, we didn't even make that conscious choice. It just kind of happened. And I think it was very poetic the way that it went that way.
Yeah.
Given the fact that you said you've been stubborn and you feel like, your parents gave you this advice and whatnot, is there something you would give to people who feel that same struggle other than just like listen to your parents? Is there something that maybe you wish could have sat with you first? Or do you think that it's just kind of timing and people will find it on their own way?
A little bit of both. I think if you're similar to me in that way, you'll never hear it until you're ready to hear it.
Yeah.
I made my life a lot harder for myself and I stayed in things that weren't healthy for me.
Haven't we all?
Well, because I'd set some goal or ideal in my head of that's what I had to do. I don't necessarily regret it, however, because I think I learned so much more on the back end of it.
Right.
I would just say, any advice, if you wake up every day with an anxiety about how you're going to perform your life, maybe just sit in that and be like, what is it that's giving me this? You know, at the time it was this deadline I set, and I think a lot of people set deadlines for their life, whether it's school or getting a house or getting married or things like that. Like, if you set these deadlines and you look at them and they're giving you anxiety, you'll do everything in your own sweet time. But just I don't know. If you wake up every day with anxiety of what you have to do, even if it's hard, maybe look at it and be like, maybe I have to take a step away from this. You know, maybe this isn't, as much as I wanted it to be great, isn't for me. Yeah.
And sometimes you find
and that's
that
hard to do.
It
That's
is
so
very
hard
hard
to do.
sometimes you'll find that what you wanted to do is not as great as what you couldn't have done. So like when you take that step back, you find something even greater.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, I was so stressed over this shit. Kind of like what I'm saying, where you get done with something and then you're like, okay, well, what's next? Because if you set that expectation up for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, we've had so many good don't set expectations. We've had a couple of great quotes for that. I wish I could remember them off the top of my head, but I think Shay had a really good one. Like, I think it was expectations. I'm gonna be
That's
so
a
mad
really
at
good
myself.
quote.
Yeah, it's
Ty.
so
That's
good.
so good.
It was like, expectations are something resentment, like
breed resentment.
something like that, or like the
Yeah.
death of something. I can't remember. Shay, I love you. I'm so sorry. I've been working my ass off. I
Very
forget things.
insightful.
But no,
Shay.
truly. But yeah, expectations can really lead to just a lot of detriment sometimes. And though it's good to have goals and set some expectations for yourself, when you live and breathe only expectations, it can sometimes lead to just a lot more stress in your life.
Try to be present in where you are and not what you think it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like,
and it's hard. It's always easier to hear it than it is to live it. But good Lord, look at how many people in this podcast. If you're watching this and you're like, I've asked this one person for advice, that's what this really is all about. You're seeing so many different walks of life almost have a through line of some of the same values, and you're seeing people that are successful. Like, you're literally seeing people that are doing a job and living their lives and like growing, and not to a point of perfection, but look at the difference in how many people say around the same thing, and just start maybe listening to the people around you and be like, maybe mom is right. Maybe I should chill the hell out for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's something that works throughout this episodic series and all the great things you've dropped in this episode. If
you need people in your corner, and I will say, because it's hard to hear advice from your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your best friend, because sometimes they're gonna give you that like answer of what they think you want to hear. You need to have some person that's slightly disconnected from the things that you love so much. So like, all of my family knows I love dance so much. My best friend loved dance so much, but I needed one person, and I didn't have them, and I wish I did at the time, because if I told them all of the things I was feeling and going through, I'm sure they would have been like, why are you doing this? And have one person in your life that cares about you and not what you're doing.
Yeah.
So they can give you that very honest advice or perspective of like, you know, maybe if you're in a relationship that's like becoming an issue, they're not best friends with you and your partner.
Oof. Yeah.
And they can give you that advice of being like, hey, that sounds like maybe you need to prioritize yourself in these moments. Because if everybody's so interconnected, they can't give you that honest feedback. So find somebody slightly disconnected.
And that's on our sponsor, Better Up. Listen, everybody. I'm not sponsored yet, but I really hope so. Have you done Better Up?
I have signed up officially.
Okay, good. Because
I have not.
Have you heard me say it to everybody? Like, that's kind of what started this whole thing?
Yeah, I need you to tell me that things. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. But that's really on therapy. Like, I feel like therapy can sometimes scare people. Better Up isn't necessarily therapy. It's life advice and life coaching, but you can find specialists that help you. But try therapy for real.
Do it.
My mom, I love her very much, but she has, I think, like a negative stigma on what therapy is. I think she thinks that it's for broken people, and the problem really is it's for everybody, because if you don't utilize, like you're saying, a third party or something else, you might become broken. And you know, I'm not saying that you will become a bad person, or without this you're nothing, but really look into trying to find a third party advice, or just seek other help. You know, there's always help out there, and I really hope that you can find it, especially the people listening and you know, anyone watching this. There's help out there.
Yeah.
And there are great services that can help you as well. I do obviously always promote Better Up. Again, it's not therapy, but try it out, y'all. Try some therapy out. Yeah.
Even if it's scary.
Yeah. And like we said, sometimes what you consider therapy, or what you consider scary or like bad, can lead to what's good.
Yeah.
Make those decisions. True. Make those decisions, folks. This has been a damn good episode with a damn good dance, by the way. And also, touching more on the dance, y'all have to watch it. The story we tell in it is so much fun. And I just felt like we flowed.
It was so much fun to make it. Like, really, I told you at the beginning I was nervous. I hadn't, like, choreographed anything in a minute. And when I was choreographing competition dance routines for high schoolers and middle schoolers. But I don't know. I just felt like when my brain was like, you know, we're going to do this, you were like, yeah, no. And like sometimes we'd just be like, nah, I see what you're... Yeah.
You gotta...
It just went well
as Sarah would say, you gotta yes and. That's
Except for the one time you said, yes, actually.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's a yes, actually. Yes, actually. You build upon it. You're like, yes. It's technically and. It's more of an also. It's like, yes, also, though. You know?
It was so much fun to collaborate and have somewhere I felt like at times you were just like in my brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Booyah. Watch the video, y'all. It's a fun piece.
It's fun. Okay.
What I want to do now is give you a chance to say who you are on the internet, where people can find you, if you have any pages or business accounts that people can contact you on. Maybe for competition dance. I don't know.
Yeah, if you need any competition dance routines for upcoming seasons, let me know. I don't have necessarily a business account. Everything's connected through my Instagram at bouncy.ali, spelled ALI.G, is where you can find me, and for anything, inquiries about dance, art, anything like that. But yeah, I'm in just like a big phase of life of growing and trying new things and putting myself back out there. Yeah. Putting myself back out into the world. So, I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about this season of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
I hope so.
Yeah. That's all we can do. Just hope that it's all, you know. And sometimes, good or bad, just it's perspective, you know. Yeah. So it's like we said, it's about what you learn from it. Well, find Allie on the things she said, and make sure you check her out and see her journey, especially here on The Valiant Lady. She's here for another few months. Come on The Valiant Lady if you'd like to see Allie in person. Hopefully I produce this before they leave. But what we're now going to do is we're going to both say the dance floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to lead you in. Okay. I know you're going to know when it's going to happen. Okay.
Oh, no.
Once again, thank you for watching another episode, Sailors. I keep doing that. I did that with... Damn it. I said that was Sarah. And I was like, that was the only other time.
Sailors.
Nope.
Cheers, Sailors.
Once again, thank you for joining me. This is Ty Nelson, a part of your Happenings cast. That's the way it felt like it was going, so I had to change it. I had to change it 100%. Here we go.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Thank you once again for joining in for another awesome episode of this great series. I'm your host, Ty Nelson, joined today, and a huge thank you going to Ali Guidotti. Yes, Ali. Thank you so much. This was a great time.
Thank you, Ty.
Love the dance. Love what we talked about.
Yay.
Like, I don't want to play favorites, but I definitely had a lot to love in this episode, so thank you for that.
Anybody wants to unpack more? There's a lot in there.
Hit her up. But Sailors, gosh, it's because you're in the Happenings. I'm really right next to the Happenings cap over here. People out there, if you felt inspired, that is the goal of this. So hopefully that is the case. But what's most important is hopefully one day we'll see you out on The Dance Floor. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Easy. There you go.
You really want to do your
Bro,
Happenings outro,
Sailors was just...
Sailors.
Had me in a chokehold.
I'm Ty Nelson from the Happenings cast.
Very cute.
That's